Hey guys, how you doing? This is Cool Vids, also known as Paradox Cycle. So it looks like the Twitter Spaces are kind of acting crazy. So I thought maybe I'd just go live on YouTube since I already have my YouTube channel and everything. Using my mobile phone. I was trying to use my laptop that I have right next to me, and it's not cooperating. So I gotta love technology, right? Just like they're having that legacy issue that Elon Musk says he's having with what's going on with the other spaces. So I'm trying to get my vehicle here. As you can see, I'm kind of in my vehicle here. One of the quietest places I can go to. Trying to get nope. It's trying to play audio files on my thing. Gotta love it, guys. You're getting to see some grassroots stuff here today. But maybe what I'll do is just kind of just wing it. So I'm just gonna try to take the Bluetooth off because I don't want to make I want to make sure that you guys are hearing me from here and not from the other thing. All right, cool. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. So yep. So got my laptop, got my little space. Sometimes you just gotta just go with it and see what happens. Not really sure how I can let people like in the discords know that I'm doing this on the app. Oh, of course, the phone calls, right? One thing about me, guys, I don't give up easy. So there we go. Cool. Hopefully I can cut that out later. If not, then it's just part of the story, right? So here we are, guys. Here we are. We're December 16th. Had a look. I'm always so busy I lose track of time. We're more than halfway through December. Christmas is coming up. We have some drops coming up here on Quidd. So I usually talk about Quidd just because I'm really heavily invested into that. I find that they have the most value. It's still a very unknown platform. It's kind of was big, and then people kind of went off and went to different areas, which is cool. I check out a lot of different platforms too. Nothing wrong with that. And I just think the best opportunity right now, with my main focus is being right here on Quidd. That's just me personally. Everyone's got their own interests, their own bags. I think all the platforms, and I always say this, we're all growing this amazing space together, and all the platforms are pretty much pushing it, man. I mean, they're doing really good. So I'm really excited for all of them. I'm really excited for what is happening on Quidd, and that kind of goes to a few things. So Michael Bramlarge, he kind of tweeted saying that they've quietly been working for the last 3 years, trying to build up the space, the platform the way they want, and that 2023 is going to be the year that they're going to let the whole world know. And this is kind of like what I've kind of thought. That's what Not for Trade has thought too. He's been kind of having a little phone issues, so he wasn't able to make it to the Twitter space last week, and we talked and we were talking about today, and then of course Twitter spaces are all down. So gotta love it, man. I think one thing that happens is things are always gonna come up, no matter what you do. It's kind of what I've learned. You just kind of roll with it. You just do the best you can, and you kind of have to wing it, man. If you wait for everything to be perfect, it's never gonna be perfect, and you just gotta keep on going. I'm gonna drink some of my little Coca-Cola Go-Go juice here. Yes, it's diet. I already have too much sugar as it is, so gotta cut back the sugar somewhere, guys. But yeah. So with that being said by him, that kind of just reaffirms my kind of commitment, my belief that everything I had seen them having on the platform, I mean, they're like light years ahead, guys. Seriously, like the things they had done was before a lot of the other platforms had kind of gone big on their own stuff. And I'm not really sure what happened in the past or why things kind of took a back seat, or maybe they were just kind of just taking their time saying, hey, we're going to pull back. We see how the markets are coming are. I have no idea. I'm not one of the inner circle. I don't have that kind of, insight, but based upon what I've seen in previous videos going many years back, what I've seen the channels have, what I've seen with how the licenses have kind of gone up and down, and all the just cool stuff they have. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna work this. I'm just gonna kill it, and just do the best I can with what I've got. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna try to do one more thing here. Cool. I might get a little bump here, but yeah. So I think what they're going to come out with is going to be pretty stellar. They've talked about having the messaging system revamped. They've talked about how Quidd token is going to kind of have an integral part in their ecosystem. They've talked about how they've had a roadmap on how they're going to kind of move out the different collectibles, kind of revamp the way that just collecting is done in general. They tried different things, and I'm always excited anytime they do something new. A lot of people might not like what they do, and that's cool, different strokes for different folks. But I think with them not afraid to try different things, it gets me excited because, if you're not constantly pushing and raising the bar, then you're going to be left in the dust, especially in such an industry that is so kind of fast moving. We look at, and I constantly talk about AI, right? We look at how AI's gone with how not video editing, but the picture editing happens with the text to pictures, and how that's jumped just this year and last months. It's been immense, and now everyone's doing it, right? Not everyone, but you know what I'm saying. The people in the know. Next is going to be AI video editing, and it's very, very, very rough, very rough. I've looked at it, but it's a tool, and I think that with them using the imaging editing and not being afraid to put it in their drops and putting it out there, some people hate it, some people love it. I'm for it. I think it's pretty cool. I don't mind throwing my dollars at it. It's some of the earliest AI stuff on a platform. Some of it's even mintable, meaning that's got the mintable tag. It doesn't have a smart contract yet, but maybe in the future it will have that. And then when it backdates it and shows that print date, I think it's going to become, me personally, just my opinion, it's going to be pretty valuable. But either way, I think it's cool. I love the stories behind it. I've been, if you follow me, you've seen me on Twitter, you've seen me maybe on TikToks, on YouTube. I'm starting to kind of move on to Instagram, just getting myself out there in the social spaces. But I've been kind of editing a lot of the stuff where I'll have a kind of a background, put some of the pictures, either cut them out, put them in, and it looks pretty. I think it looks pretty cool. Or doing a picture-in-picture where I kind of have I've cut out and edited kind of a 3D model or a 3D video and kind of superimposed that on that. And it's just stuff that I've kind of learned to kind of do. No one's really taught me how to do it or anything. I kind of just kept on messing around with it, and it's pretty cool. And I think to myself, I can do this. What can a major company I think Quidd's going to be a billion-dollar company. No joke, guys. That's just my opinion, my views. Their partner and parent company, Animical Brands, I see them as being a $1 trillion company. It's like I see them as being a digital Amazon, if not maybe even bigger. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy if everything kind of ties into what I think it's gonna be. So I kind of want to take a step back and talk about the really cool drop that's coming out here on the 21st and the 22nd, with their partnership with WETA Studios. We kind of saw some of this when they had the Dark Crystal Legacy drop. I think it was called the Legacy drop, where they had a lot of the kind of concept art, and you were having a big chase for the shards. And then if you kind of got all the shards and were in the top, like I think 50, I may be totally wrong here, guys, but the top 50, the top 25, and I want to say the top 10, you were able to get these, dark crystal shards that were mintable. And if you look on OpenSea right now, these dark crystal items should be on there or rareable. Now, some people didn't mint these items and put them on the blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, because there is a $3 mint fee on each of those. Still really good value. If you kind of know anything about minting and how much it can cost to mint an item, I think that's a really good entry point for people who have experienced it. I haven't really pushed a lot of my mintable items just because I want to use it to buy collectibles. I might want to use it to buy tokens. Right now I've held off on tokens just because of everything that's gone on with the FTX issues and the contingency from that. The contagion from that. But I will be picking up a lot more. I think it will hold a very important piece in not only the Quidd ecosystem, but the Animoca Brands ecosystem. And as that kind of ties into other metaverses and other ecosystems, I think it's going to have a nice little liquidity. Also, be interesting to see how the SEC and other governments kind of see these tokens, um, and kind of having them put in place to protect the average consumer. I've been out there in the cryptoverse, and I've messed around my 401k and stuff like that. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice, but always talk to a professional on this because I'm just going to do it on the internet. So I could be totally wrong, and I don't want to make anyone lose any money. Not at all. If I kind of hedge myself so that way if I go to zero, I'm cool. My family's cool. But yeah, I just think that this stuff is very early, and it's going to have a really nice role where everything's going to tie together and work together. Of course, there's going to be hiccups, there's going to be bumps, there's going to be pops and crashes, especially as this economy grows. But once I believe it levels out, it's going to be pretty consistent, pretty stable. I think there's a lot of companies, a lot of big brains involved in this, with a lot of experience in this industry that are going to make this work. There's too much money involved, and too many companies involved for this not to work. It's just getting this technology and infrastructure in place that, one, it's smooth, it becomes mainstream, and it kind of will be seamless and integrate very, very, very smoothly. So going back to this Dark Crystal and the WETA drop, it's really cool. I was on their website, and I done a short little kind of preview video, looking at their figures. So it's really cool because we're going from these physical figures and having digital renditions of them. The cool thing is you can't take your figures with you everywhere you go. You can have a nice big giant figure. You can have a 1/16 of real size, 1/6, or you can have a 1 of 1 life size. I mean, there's some people that it's cool as hell. They have a 1 of 1. They have a real life size statue of something. And I think with digital, and Michael, the CEO, talks about this, is that that's going to be a big mainstay of collecting, because you can carry this on your phone. I don't have to worry about it taking up space. I don't have to worry about getting dusty or getting ruined. Maybe it can get wiped. Maybe a company can go bust. But I think if I can take that data, store it, and put it and show that there's a digital representation that shows that ownership, especially Quidd having serialized, itemized numbers, I think it's really cool. And then I can actually now mint it, have a token that shows ownership and a history of that. And I can take that token, I can even put it on a hardware address. Now, I haven't done that already. I'm thinking about doing that in the future. It'd be pretty cool. And you can also have as many wallets as you want. So it gives you you have your centralized storage, and then you have your decentralized storage. So just like you would take money, gold, silver, valuables, whatever, and you put them in a safe, you can do that with a hardware wallet. And I think that's just really going to be another add-in there, in the near future. With these statues, they look really detailed just from the kind of picture I saw there, and seeing how they kind of did the Satoshi drop and how those looked really detailed. It's really cool. I don't know if it's going to be AR. I don't know if it's going to be mintable. I have no idea. Usually I kind of would be able to sneak in there and click on those things, and no dice. So they got to know that they got knuckleheads like me going in there and try to get more information on the goodies. But when it does become available, believe me, I will take pictures, I will take videos, I will own these, and kind of share it with blind folks like yourself, guys. Um, so I think you'll be able to spin them in 3D. I think as more companies go into the metaverse and you'll be able to connect your wallet, you'll have more interaction. You'll have more ways of using these technologies. And who knows, maybe you can use them in a game. Maybe use them as a key to a service. Maybe just collecting them will have their own benefits. And I think that's what's going to happen in 2023. Me and Not for Trade had talked about this. We talked about it in our spaces. and I'm really hoping that I can download this information. I kind of started doing that, and I thought I had maybe more time. So I'm a little panicky because I only have the first show and the last show on there. So I'm missing kind of 4 shows, 3 or 4 shows in between. So um, I can always kind of bullet point them. But once I get it back up, I do want to put that on YouTube. I do want to put it into different spaces so that way there's a record of kind of talking about this before it became mainstream. Not that I'm trying to say, hey, we knew ahead of everybody else, but that we were passionate enough to share it with others, and it would be pretty cool if we kind of had a glimpse months in advance before it was even kind of noted. So it's always kind of exciting when you know you got in on something early enough, and you get to enjoy the uptrend from there. So um, that's pretty much about it with the first draw, with the first idea of the WETA with the dark crystal. I don't know what else they might be putting out after that. I know on the 22nd they'll have part two. I'll be doing a kind of a follow-up video here tomorrow, just talking about the part two and the other 3 figures. The first drop's going to have Jen, Kira, and Skexel, the Chamberlain, one of Sketsky's. And then on the second one, there's going to be some more figures too. And there's going to be a chance to actually win a 1 of 6 one of the WETA figures. I can't pronounce the name right now. I know the character. I could think about it. But it's going to be really neat. I like these chases. I like that you can go after physical. We just had the recent drop with the Board Ape Social Club. I was one of the completers of the sets, and if you had completed the set and X amount of people, I think there was about 100. Could be more, because there was about 150 people that could complete the sets. I just don't know how many people actually at the snapshot had that. So let's just say it's 100. That's a 1% chance. I think it's pretty darn good odds. And the up for grabs was that Jackie Aish Rolex that had that mutant Board Ape on there, which would have been really, really cool. So I haven't heard anything yet. I did send an email out. Hopefully I get something back on that. One thing about Quidd is that they don't really announce what I've seen winners. Maybe that's changing. But they said maybe an email was sent out. I checked my spam. I checked everything. You're always hoping, whoa, it'd be cool if I can get that kind of flex and show everybody a cool piece of art and style, luxury style, something like that. But hey, if not, that's cool. Maybe I'll get my own watch, put my own NFT on there. I've seen people doing that with their own brands. I've seen the Board Ape Yacht Club doing that with different items out there. The Board Ape Social Club is one perfect example. That's why I love this whole theme of the NFTs and digital collectibles. And I know they're going to change that name soon. I know the term NFT is going to change because I think as it becomes a mainstay, Web3 to Web4, and who knows what that's going to really look like, the idea of an NFT is really just a token. And you'll have it point to metadata. And that metadata and those contracts can shift and change. I almost see it as how Web 1 was. You'd have a website, and the website would basically point to where the information was being held. And of course, if nothing's there, it's going to say, hey, error, this website really doesn't lead anywhere. Sorry, dude. And now there's so many ways of programming web, web URLs, 2.0, secured, Java, just so many different layers to it. I could be here all day with this. So, and that's happened since I've seen it, like in the late 1990s and early 2000s. And seeing this now on mobile and seeing how this metadata can point, it kind of just reminds me of the same thing. So I know it's going to definitely jump and become something much more advanced, something really cool that the common consumer and business can really use to kind of take things to a whole new level. Not only entertainment and communication, but of ownership and security. So it's going to be really cool to kind of see that transpire more. And with guys, 2023 coming around, I kind of had sent a tweet out there just saying that, what are you doing closing this year and going into next year to really push and promote your platform? I really think that for, mass adoption, it's not just going to be some crazy loyal fanatics on one platform that's going to really like change everything. And then it could happen. It could happen. But I think, rising tide raises all ships, and it's going to take everyone's effort to kind of do that. And I kind of just, throw out the olive branch there. And the challenge is saying, hey, what are you doing for your platform or wherever your niche is in your space and growing that? Who are you talking to about this? Are they people like I see Chris Coffee ETH, really cool guy, going out there and asking people what NFTs are. He's constantly, just talking and promoting. I want to do the same thing too. I'm kind of making moves out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I want to talk to people who are shop owners. Maybe have educational kind of talks. Maybe do it online live while I'm doing it in the like the get together meeting, and just doing kind of a hybrid there. I've talked to people in the cannabis industry out here, and cannabis is huge, guys. I mean, it's awesome medicine. It's awesome tool that people use just to chill out recreationally or just to kind of cope with a lot of things. And I've kind of was in talks with somebody who you probably hear my dogs, guys. Mailman's over there. You know how mailman dogs are, but I was in talks with maybe meeting up with one of the dispensaries out here, and they have over 300 clients. And, we'll see what kind of comes of that. But they were like, hey, maybe you can do something online. Maybe you can start educating people, doing some talks about what you've been through, meaning me, and just kind of talking about my experience in education in those digital space. And if I can just help people go from a physical aspect into a digital aspect, I think that's going to really create more exposure. And I think if you have one guy like me, if one person does it in every state, and of course it's gonna be more than that, how many people as communities can we touch? How many people can we kind of bring like mind? And again, maybe they can bring their experience and their ideas to the table. Because really, if you really think about it, guys, it's not just the technology, the hardware, and the software. We ourselves are like supercomputers. And anytime communication has kind of jumped and advanced, our way of communication and connecting and sharing ideas has kind of advanced. We're almost kind of like a neural network of minds piecing and working together. And I think the more that we come together, the more we communicate, the more we can kind of make and bounce ideas off each other, maybe come and make something that we hadn't thought of before. And I think with this space, these digital collectibles, NFTs, and crypto, that we can take this into a whole new level and really build on this concept of what we're calling the metaverse. This whole collage of companies and infrastructures working together, hopefully seamlessly in the new future. And 2023 is going to, I think, be a pillar year. I was watching an interview with Snoop Dogg. A lot of respect for the dude. He's a mogul, man. He's out there. He's hustled. He's built himself up from scratch. And he basically said that 2023 is going to be like he's going to double everything. He's going to treat every day as if he's working 48 hours. He's going to treat it like there's 40 hours in a day. The guy already has more than enough money, right? But seeing his passion and seeing his commitment to just taking things to a whole new level, in his craft, in his industry, in his niches, and what he's building, just gets me motivated, saying, you know what? I see what I've done just beginning here in 2022. I want to take it to the next level, and I want to double my efforts. And I kind of, again, going back to that challenge, guys, looking at where you're at. If you're content, you're happy, awesome. Don't change what you're doing. But if you can take it to a whole new level, think about the bigger audience you're going to connect to. Think about where you might be in, a couple of years to 5 years. What's your future self going to thank you for what you're doing today and into 2023. So, that's something for you guys to kind of think about and analyze. And again, if you're happy where you're at, awesome. If you're going to take it to a whole new level, awesome. Hey, I want to be there and I want to congratulate you. I want to freaking, I always feel great enthusiasm when I see people being successful in any field or any, overcoming any hardship that they've gone through. And then we can all come together and say, man, you know what, man, we made it happen. This was a crazy space. And what can we do the following year? What can we do 2024? What can we do 2025? And that's pretty much, I think, what I've got so far in my mind. I always like having someone else, a co-host, on here. Again, not for trade. His phone hasn't been working, so and I didn't hear from him as of today. I did touch base with him the other day, so hopefully he's doing good, man. There are weeks I've lost my phone, and you realize, man, I'm usually always using this technology, and I use it for everything, right? So I'm sure he'll get back on. He'll get on here sooner or later, and then you had this whole thing with the Twitter Spaces. So I think that's about it. I'll keep everything posted, guys. I mean, check me up on the YouTube shorts, the YouTube videos. I'm gonna have my short content. I'm gonna have my mid content. I'm gonna have my long content. As you can see, I love to talk, so it's not a problem for me. And there's a lot of people out there too. They love to talk. Definitely check out M on Quidcast with Spider. They're awesome. Check out Laptop Hound. Check out Collector Chaos. And there's a whole slew of other content creators out there, not just on Quid, but on a lot of platforms, guys. Don't keep yourself limited to just one idea and concept. A lot of these companies have different IPs. They have different technologies they put into place. Keep your mind open. I started on one platform and moved my way out to a whole bunch of other ones. Of course, you can only have so much focus, so I kind of at least majorly stay centralized in one for now, and hopefully I can keep on doing that. But I'm just saying, for you, definitely keep your mind open and keep your eyes on opportunities, for sure, and always kind of go into it. Just my advice, and you don't have to take it, of course. It's not financial advice. Don't over leverage yourself. I don't, no fear, no FOMO, no FUD, but just kind of collect what you love and look at where you've been success wise, or what hasn't worked out for you in 2022, and what you can do differently as the year closes going into 2023. Definitely take a step back, see where you're at, where you've come from, and where you want to go. And check me up on other platforms too. I do TikTok, I do Facebook, and I do Twitter. And if you got any ideas for me, shoot them at me. I can shoot some ideas back. And again, man, I think two heads and multiple heads are better than one. Other than that, guys, this is Cool Vids, also known as Paradise Cycle. Lots of love, peace, love, jelly beans, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.